Jade Cargill was bullied off Twitter by angry racist wrestling trolls, just like Naomi, and just like Brandi Rhodes, and kind of like Cameron and Sasha Banks. And are you starting to notice a pattern here, or is it just me?
Pro Wrestling Bits. Subscribe now.
Jade Cargill, future TBS champion, is dealing with a very familiar, underreported problem in the cesspool that is the darkest portions of the internet wrestling community. After introducing race to the pro wrestling discussion, how dare her, asking why some fans have such a problem with black women, some fans proved Jade Cargill's point by showing they have a problem with a black woman asking why they have a problem with black women. The backlash got so fierce, Jade deleted her Twitter account, and I promise you, this is not going to be the first time you hear about a black woman in wrestling leaving Twitter. Being a black woman in this business is harder than the R's in Jade Cargill's mentions. And disclaimer for the dummies looking for a distraction, nobody's saying all wrestling fans are racist, but there is a bottom 5 to 10%, if not more, that is just looking for a reason to silence black voices and black narratives by any means necessary. I know better than most. A lot of the IWC gets triggered by the word black because it makes them uncomfortable. But nothing makes some wrestling fans more uncomfortable than an outspoken, unapologetic black woman. In fact, it scares the out of some of them, as manifested by the constant trolling and racism, which never gets worse than when it comes to black women in wrestling. Wrestling fans are very territorial. They're thirsty to crucify any semblance of an outsider. Broadcaster Maria Menounos, despite being a legit fan, was booed off the stage at the 2013 Hall of Fame while trying to induct Bob Backlund. Now, they're already freaking out about WWE's NIL program because WWE is now going to be recruiting college athletes who didn't grow up sleeping next to a wrestling buddy? Oh no! Athletes who don't watch wrestling? When has recruiting an athlete with no pro wrestling background ever worked out in this business? More on that next time. One of the most common insults somebody in wrestling leans on is, "You don't know this business." It's their version of, "I know you are, but what am I?" Ah yes, a sacred business where the benefit of the doubt among hardcore fans is afforded to a select handful of beloved internet darlings like Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Johnny Gargano, Matt and Nick Jackson, Kenny Omega, Bryan Danielson, CM Punk, Kevin Steen, Bobby Fish, Roderick Strong, and a murderer's row of undersized white men who check the same boxes while still eliciting excitement among pro wrestling's monolithic IWC. Here's how good it is to be white in wrestling. Adam Cole walked into AEW in a pay-per-view main event on day one and has remained a main eventer ever since. He's never lost a singles match and has never been pinned, yet he recently felt compelled to respond to a growing controversy about his booking. Apparently, some fans feel AEW hasn't launched a Hall of Fame and inducted Adam Cole fast enough. Why is there outrage for Adam Cole's booking? And where is this outrage when it comes to one of the all-time greats of the indies, Jay Lethal, and how he's booked? If Adam Cole lost his debut match and was buried in a battle royal 3 weeks after disappearing, how do you think that would go over with Twitter? But I digress. Pro wrestling fans, by nature, are territorial, and wrestling territories for the majority of its existence have been dominated by white men. Even today, look at how excited the wrestling universe gets when a short white guy with indie credentials is about to become a free agent in WWE. You don't even have to be a star. Kyle O'Reilly is getting buzzed now that his contract is up, despite the fact that the piece of paper that his contract was signed on has more charisma than he ever did. Now, do me a favor and find all those articles fantasy booking Ember Moon in AEW, the way they pine for an undisputed era Saltine Survivor Series match against the Elite. The further away you get from what some of these fans are familiar with, the more likely that change will trigger their inner Cosmo Kramer, especially when it comes to the bottom 5 to 10%. And the more zealous the fan, the more that territorial nature rears its ugly head in uglier and uglier ways. As a main eventer, a black woman is the opposite of what wrestling fans are historically used to. Women in general are already treated poorly by overzealous wrestling fans, but that problem grows exponentially when you throw a splash of melanin. It could be argued that Brandi Rhodes is the most powerful black woman in the history of wrestling. She's also the only person in Atlanta's Gas South Arena who got booed louder than Cody last week. It's similar to how Stephanie McMahon will always be considered a heel to some hardcore wrestling fans, yet they have no problem separating Triple H's heel persona, which includes a racist promo against Booker T, from Paul Levesque. Of course, with Brandi, the territorial backlash is way worse. In 2020, Brandi Rhodes quit Twitter. Why? Well, according to Cody Rhodes, quote, leaving a social app because you open your phone to an absurd amount of N-bombs is respectfully understandable. No place for that, end quote. Unfortunately, Cody, there is a place for that, and it's called the bottom of wrestling Twitter, which attracts the worst parts of the IWC in droves. Naomi was bullied off Twitter just for being married to Jimmy Uso. That's it. That's the deleted tweet. After another DUI arrest for the tag team legend, some fans took this opportunity to blame Naomi, probably out of a deep-seated hatred for her and everything she represents in this old boys network as a proud black woman who shines brighter than Bad Boy in the 90s. In 2016, former WWE superstar Ariane Andrews, aka Carmen, called out the IWC for cyberbullying. Quote, cyberbullying is a major problem. Yes, we understand that we are public figures, and yes, we know coming into this business that we will be analyzed under a microscope 24/7 for everything we say and do. But is there really any reason to tell somebody that they must sleep around to be where they are? Is there any reason to tell someone that they should kill themselves or to attack their family and personal issues over wrestling? I can't think of a single reason. End quote. In 2019, Sasha Banks needed a much-deserved mental health break from WWE, and she unplugged after WrestleMania 35. Before she was given her walking papers, Samoan star Nia Jax had to take a break for some self-care of her own. If I didn't think they could handle the social media bullshit, which they can and continue to do gracefully, I'd have half a mind to suggest that women in wrestling should get a month of mental health leave due to how they're so disproportionately bullied by territorial wrestling fanatics. For black women, it should be 3 months. There's something in the water of pro wrestling fandom and its treatment of women that's ruining it for everybody else. Wrestling viewership is dominated by men, and whenever an industry's demographic skews so heavily in one direction, that demo is more vulnerable to cognitive bias, which, if left unchecked, can develop into pure hatred. And as long as people are too uncomfortable to talk about it, the pattern of black women being bullied off Twitter and out of the wrestling business will continue. Why do some wrestling fans have such an issue with black women? Or maybe you don't see it. Let's talk about it in the comments.